Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are tuning in today. Welcome to the Now Chat Show. I'm your girl Kazmac, alongside
Your girl, Tremaine, the life guide. I'm in the building.
yes. How are you doing today, Tremaine?
Good, How are you?
I'm great. I've had a fabulous day today. Today I went to the press launch of Carol's Daughter. So I met with Lisa Price in real life, and just hearing about her story, how she got started making her products back in the 90s, from the space of her kitchen, and then, like going into stores, etc., and now she sold her product to L'Oreal, and even though she's sold it to L'Oreal, she is still the boss of her brand. So it just means that she obviously doesn't have to deal with certain areas that she perhaps wasn't potentially strong in, but she's also now in such a massive brand that's actually just helping to be, yeah. So she was able to pay off those people that actually just basically funded into her business, and also helped towards her family, etc. And obviously with herself, she shared about herself going on to the Oprah Winfrey show, and just talking about even just being on the Oprah Winfrey show. Yes, it was great. Yes, she was able to see, like there was opportunities for her in terms of she wasn't seeing her business as being a beauty business. It was just something that she was doing in her kitchen. However, what she was saying is that how when people thinks that automatically when you go on an Oprah Winfrey show, then you become rich, and it don't work like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, sales did go up, but it wasn't something that she couldn't, they couldn't manage. You know what I mean? But yes, it did help, but it wasn't like a substantial. But obviously, over time, it just kept on evolving and evolving. Yeah. So it was just so inspirational just to hear her story, etc., and to meet her in real life, because I did see her documentary. I don't know if you watched that Netflix, which was called She Done That.
No, I don't think so.
So basically, with the documentary, it was focused on about several, maybe 10 different entrepreneur Black women in the United States of America. And you was learning about their background, how they got started. And, you just went through like their daily kind of, routine of doing their business, so to speak. But it was just so inspiring. But if anybody's watching and you haven't actually seen it, I do believe you can actually see it, view it on YouTube itself. So it is available on YouTube. I think it's just like in different segments and different sections, etc. So yeah, so that was it really. It was really, really, really cool.
Also, you went on a trip for your
Yes, for my birthday.
how did that go?
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, yeah, sorry, just one moment. We are ready. I've just got Zal on. I'm just letting him know that we are ready, because he was available to come on the live. But I did say to him it would be at 5 past, but he came on a bit early. But anyway, yes. So I went on this weekend by an organization called Freeness. Freeness. They've been doing events for the last 20 years, to my understanding. And I went for the first time. I was a virgin at the fitness thing, and we literally got there on Friday, and we trained working out all the way until Sunday afternoon, and it was fabulous. Saturday I did 6 classes, and I was like this.
6.
Yeah, I was like this all day, all
So
day.
it lets off. What does it let off when you exercise?
Endorphin.
Yeah, so you had a dolphins that lick you down left, right, and center.
Listen, mate, even when I was tired, I wanted to lay down, go sleep. And I was like, this, I just couldn't stop smiling, still couldn't stop killing tea. So yeah, it was amazing. I absolutely loved it. It was just, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Something I would be interested in doing in the future. And the way Kaz told me about how it was, I recommend people to definitely do that weekender.
Definitely.
It was a whole vibe, and it was exercise, health, everything was very positive about the trip from the sound of
It was everything, right down to me. I literally felt like I was in the United States of America. It was like everybody's in their gym thing, everybody's just smiling, and then you went and had lunch, your dinner, and then they had a rave in the mansion house, which I thought I was staying at. But I'll tell you guys about that in a bit, because we got our guest who's waiting, and he's a big time international singer. So he's going to be coming on. But before we do that, check this out.
Oh yeah! Make some noise! This time you go too far. Don't blame me in something new, 'cause I know just who you are.
Thank you so much, guys. I literally had the best time.
Our music is amazing, vibe is on point, like it's just lit up in there, loving it, loving it, loving it.
Had a great time tonight. Xylon, thank you for putting this together. Era, you guys were amazing. Thank you so much, keeping us hot.
It's an amazing event.
The Soul Royalty Winter Festival.
Everyone from the public just dancing, just jamming to the best music.
I'm here next year for Christmas. Fresh new talent in the UK. I'm there. Thank you.
Where's that tune that gets you every time?
Erica.
Hey,
We got Shalon in the house.
how you guys doing? I love that. I love the production. This is amazing. How are you guys? You well?
We are great. We are so great. Listen, Shalon, I'm not even gonna lie, yeah. I know we got a meeting tomorrow, but I'm just really just going to I have to Janelle's gonna have to say, Kaz, you need to just calm down. Because I'm super excited for Sunday.
I'm so happy.
Seriously.
I am so happy. Like it like there's a lot of work that goes into the production behind the scenes that's been we working on throughout the year. So like just to hear that just fills me up, really. Like it's good. That feels really good. Thank you. I mean that, like, really, thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So, I mean, obviously, we just shared the clip with our viewers and those who are catching the replay. Now, guys, if you haven't got your ticket yet, please, nobody delay it, because when the ticket them done, we don't want anyone saying, because you can sort out a free ticket. Yeah, bruv, you've been getting heads up for like about 4 weeks now. So I don't understand what the hesitation is all about.
Exactly.
But it is for a great cause. So if you could just give us a bit more information how it all came up together, because obviously it's with Connection Homeless, and you know the concept. I mean, it's a great concept, but to do it in the winter time, that is just me,
man. Hi guys, I'm Xylon. I'm a soul singer, and fortunately, I've been able to build my career and perform in many countries around the world. I used to work at Amy Winehouse, and that was kind of like my first step into the industry. She signed me to her label, and I was the next one to go. And then after she passed away, it was like all of these opportunities had disappeared, basically. And soon after that, my sister passed away of cancer, leaving 3 children behind, which I became a co-guardian to. The youngest was 2 at the time. I tell you this because I felt like I was going to give up. And so I had, at the time, I had less money, and I had more responsibilities. You know, I had to grow up. You know, as a musician, I was like free. And but brick by brick, I was able to start to build my name and to build my career internationally. And so I always became passionate at when I was in a position to be able to help other artists, to be able to have an international platform. And so I had an opportunity where I was asked to perform at a show, Devonshire Square, and we collaborated. And we collaborated for such a great cause, which we work with the Connections charity, which is the biggest homeless charity in the UK. So we raise money and raise awareness for them. And we just put on this incredible live show every single year in the winter since 2016, bar the lockdown for like a year. But we have like live acts that come and perform like the highest talent. So people who I feel are like really great, really talented. Maybe they do, or maybe they don't have the same platform as I have, but we live stream it around the world, and we've reached so many people around the world. So it's kind of like we create like this great experience for the audience to come, like it's a family show, to party, to sing along songs they know and love, and introduce them to new music. We have like West Indian food on site, and you can get drinks, and it's just like this whole day out. And it's kind of like we've kind of built up this amazing audience that come out each year to support for such a good cause and to discover just great talent. And that's kind of what our motivation is doing a good cause, but also putting on the highest quality soul music. You know, I'm passionate about soul music, so I want soul music to return to its position in the industry. So I'm kind of like championing it, and just live music. So we specialize in soul, R&B, neo soul, reggae, and yeah, yourself and Janelle have been coming to it for a few years now. We're honored. You know, we see your smiling faces at the front, and we done an interview. I think after one of my shows, we done an interview.
I think it was the first show that I attended. I think it must have been back in 2018, I believe it was.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and we was interviewing while we was eating some food, some West Indian food. So for me, I will always remember that interview because it was, I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Guys, did you get that interview as well? It was awesome.
Yeah.
You may feel a bit hungry afterwards, but hey.
Everything feels better with food, right?
Definitely.
So this year, I was honored to be able to ask you guys to join, because I remember that interview. And yeah, I'm really excited. I really am.
Definitely excited. So guys, make sure I have shared a link so you can get your ticket today. Big up to yourself, Janelle. I see you. And make sure you guys do get your free ticket, and it's all for a good cause. Make sure you do come with your money as well, because there, you know, we are also like giving to this awesome charity. So do come with, you know, come with an open heart to actually give. And there will be a tree which will actually have a list of various different things that some of those that is basically in need. They will ask you things like, they may even just want just like a toothbrush or a pair of socks, you know, just little simple little things that we take for granted, and it could just make somebody's Christmas extra special. So do come with a open heart, and obviously come with your best self, because we are going to get down. So no matter, come down with your tired self. And like Salon said, there is going to be food on sale. There is going to be an after party. So make sure you come well prepared, and, you know, come with a family as well. You know, it's going to be fun. It's going to be jokes. It's going to be games. It's going to be banter. And of course, there's going to be some amazing artists throwing down some tracks down for us. And of course, we're going to have Zalon performing headlining with us. So guys, make sure you come down. You saw the video, so you know the kind of vibes. And make sure you come wrap up, because it's outside.
You won't get rained on.
No,
because we have a glass ceiling, but
yes,
it can get a bit cold. So just gloves, scarf, and I promise you, if you dance, you will not feel it. And most times, everyone's doing the candy. It's amazing. But
yeah,
I wanted to add that I have just got the list, the request from the homeless, because sometimes when they put them in accommodation, they have nothing. So they have, like, you know, they might want jumpers, or they might want socks or whatever. So I've got that list. And I will be posting it. I'll be posting it out to the people who have already registered. So if you're on the list, I will be posting it out to you guys, and on my social media, which is Zalon Music. Anywhere there, you can see it. So even if for some reason you cannot attend, please do be able to. Maybe you have some new clothes or some old clothes, or maybe, you know, when you get some Christmas presents and you be like, nah, I'm not really feeling that. It's not my thing. Like, just pay it forward. You know what I mean? Just pay it forward. Just don't let it just sit down in your wardrobe. If you know you don't really like it, just give it to good use, because there are people who are going to need it. And, you know, the stats are, I mean, I don't have the stats to hand now, but they're very shocking. The fact that, you know, if you're living on the streets, you'll die younger. Like, I don't know if it's like 30 odd or something like years.
Between 42 to it's basically, it's in the early 40s.
Yeah,
which
literally.
is really young.
Yeah, just because you're on the streets. You know, and people will die this year. And so, you know, every bit helps. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And well done to you, because this is now going to be the 6th year. of doing the event. That is
Yeah.
just so awesome. So awesome.
You know, man, listen, let me tell you something. We definitely need to do a summer one, but we need to do a summer one, like, because when it comes to the winter, it's like, because everybody has got colds and flus, and like right now I'm self-isolating a bit, not because I've got anything, but I mean, just because I feel like I was traveling quite a bit and I was feeling a little bit like, you know, low energy. So I said, you know what, let me just eat well, sleep well, so that I can really give, you know, the best for the show. But in the summer, it's like, you know, you don't even have to think about that. You know, you could just be in your bare chest, just walking around the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, whereas now, you see, I'm in home, I've got my hoodie on, and you know, so yeah. But yeah, it's awesome.
And from the video and watching it, the vibes that I get, you wouldn't. To me, the only reason you know it's winter is because you see people with some coats, but it just still look like it's just the vibe. You know,
no, really, it's beautiful, man. Because you know, people don't know each other, and then they're laughing together. Like, we've had proposals, you know, different people have come and they've been like, I want to propose. Not once, we've had it like multiple times where people come up and maybe they want to sing to their partner, maybe they want to do a proposal, and it's like these beautiful moments that of like the connection between the audience. So, like, for example, there was a lady, I think it was last year, there was a lady who I had heard of for a friend, that she was in a cancer ward, and she had cancer and she was in recovery, and every day the nurse would come and say, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing will be all right. And she said that used to just raise her spirit, that used to just make her feel better. Every single day she would just do that. And so when she recovered, she brought the nurse to the show, and then we found out about it, and then we as an audience sang that to her, which was like such a beautiful moment that we all cherished, because it wasn't just about her, it was about all of us sharing this moment with her and thanking her for what she'd done to help somebody to pull through cancer. So yeah, it was a very beautiful moment, and that's what I really like, you know. I really like that element of community. So yeah,
that's beautiful. And I love things because when you hear stories like that, it's just ordinary people, but just doing something so extraordinary for somebody else. And that's giving to somebody else and making somebody else's day and helping them through a situation that is, you know, like our guest is going to be joining us in a moment. He's going to be talking about being a chef for 30 years, a professional chef, and then coming down with being diabetic and then flipping it. So, you know, obviously he probably went through some challenges there and feeling really down and feeling discouraged, but he's going to be talking about his story, how he flipped that to now help other people. Amazing. So when we hear things like this, it's just like, you know, it's just the heart. It's about just giving and just being of service to somebody else, because singing just a Bob Marley song, look at that difference. And now she got it to, you know, it's just
beautiful. It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Really beautiful.
Well, we know you're a busy man, and I want to keep you until
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Salon. So guys, make sure you do get your ticket. As I mentioned before, there is only a certain capacity, so we don't want to, you know, I don't want Janelle, me, Salon, nobody doesn't want to hear, oh, we want a ticket, we want to reach. No, get your ticket. Subscribe today, get your ticket, please, please, please. You will not be disappointed. Until then, see you later. Bye, Zalon.
Take care. Bye. Ciao. Bye.
Oh, beautiful. It's so awesome. He's such a humble guy as well. And that's what I like about Zalon. He's just not, oh, man, he's just so beautiful. But, Tremaine.
Yeah.
You'll come down to the winter.
Yeah. Even the advert, I'm telling you, sometimes certain adverts you don't really get like nothing from it, or you don't get, you know, something that excites you or connects with you. But that advert every time, listen,
gets you, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, it's so good and so inviting. It makes you want to be a part of that event and part of that, you know what I mean, energy. So yeah, so whoever, listen, everybody, don't ramp, don't let this pass you, because you can see that monumental things happen at this event. And it's all about giving and helping everyone, especially now it's close to Christmas. It's really good to, you know, show some love and give.
And definitely, and also, if you do actually get your free ticket, as Salon mentioned, there is a list of what the those in need actually needs. So do look out for the list, because I believe that will be shared with you as well. So, you know, if you're not able to come down, at least you can purchase, or you can rewrap that present that you got from Christmas from Granny or Grandad, and you're saying, yo, no, son, I don't want that jumper and that really served me. But guess what? Somebody else, it will be just an absolute blessing to. So bring down, but, you know, please don't bring down the beat up stuff, you know, because me not saying, you know, I don't want to give no beat up stuff. Let's just, you know, keep it sensible.
Sometimes when you give people stuff that you think is done, I'm telling you, especially in Jamaica, I've seen it when I've given stuff in the past. When they deal with that, it comes like it's brand new, you want it back.
I hear you, but you know what I'm saying. But there's some clothes, you know, like you got secondhand clothes, it's tired, that it needs to go in the bin.
Bubble up, and
yeah. No, we don't want that.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they're gonna get so much stuff, and you know, and they're gonna not have hands to carry everything that they're gonna get from all the giving that's gonna be done at this event. So I'm really, really excited to see how it goes.
For sure. Okay, so guys, the time that we've been waiting for. So as you know, this is a small business in the spotlight episode. So we do have a guest that's going to be joining us in a moment. And I'll just do a quick brief introduction. He's going to expand more about his journey. And his name is Lyndon Wissart, and he is a professional chef. He's been a chef for over 30 years. He's worked for some really high-end restaurants like the Savoy, just to name a few places. But he's going to be going into his story and why he's come onto the platform, because he had a change in his life where he then had diabetes, but he actually flipped it, because whereas the doctors was trying to feed him these medications, he said, no, someone don't want that medication there. I is going to look about something else. So we're going to bring right onto the show right now.
Wow. I've got nothing else to say now.
Yes, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me on your show this evening, ladies. Thank you very much. It's an honor and a privilege.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, gosh. Is that my lights? You know what? Listen.
It's you, Lyndon. You were making that noise before, yeah? You put some jujubes. But yeah, so it's great for you to be here today. And what I've heard of your story so far, boy, I'm telling you, it's one for, you know, the history books, and so much people must admire what you've done and the people that you're going to be able to help so far. I mean, it's great. So Kaz, you're back. Kaz is back live. She's live, everybody. She's back.
Okay, so tell us about your story. Like, how, first and foremost, I'm nosy, innit? Like, I'm kind of, you know, so what made you want to become a chef in the first place? Because you like food?
No, to be honest with you, I'm the youngest of the family. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was the, what do they call it? The I've forgotten the word now. The key. Oh.
I just know sometimes when you're the youngest, it's like you're the wash belly or
Isn't it? I've forgotten. Sorry, I've gone blank for a second on that one. The key boy, anyway, because I'm the youngest. So when I was at school, I was the first one home at school, so I had the key to get in.
Oh, so a latch key.
Latch key boy. That's it. Yeah. I was a latch key boy. So when I got home from school, there's nobody there, so I had to cook something for myself. You know, so my mum used to grow scallion in the garden, which is a spring onion. Yeah. So I used to go out in the garden, go get a cup of scallion, bring it in, chop it up, put it in a frying pan, put some baked beans in there, fry 2 eggs, you know, and have some bread. And that was my early evening meal before anybody came home. You know, so I had to fend for myself, so I had to do things for myself. And I enjoyed it from that stage. And when I went into secondary school, there was a home economics and there was metal work, needlework, and all them kind of things back then. And I wanted to do the home economics. I wanted to do the cooking, you know. So I always had a passion for it. When I done it, there's two guys amongst all these young ladies in the classroom, and it's funny when every week we're doing home economics, the ladies would ask me how to do this, how to do that, what can I do? It's crazy, you know. So there was something in me already that wanted me to do some cooking. And my mum's a wonderful cook. My mum turns anything into beauty, you know. She's amazing. She's amazing, you know. So
where's your mum from?
Jamaica. Mama's from Jamaica. Yeah. So we're Jamaican, you know. So from St. Catherine. So yeah.
St. Catherine. Oh, which part of St. Catherine?
Above Rocks. St. Catherine above Rocks.
Okay, we're Point Ill.
Yeah. Where is it as well? Above Hill. Yeah. That's the area. There's another part, and I can't remember exactly which part it was. You know, so there's a lot of history on our families, on our family side. There is, which we're going to be looking into much further, because we got land out there, you know, which our great grandmother left, you know, and they've been looking after it for many years now, but we didn't know about it till recently. You know, yeah. So it's amazing. So my Jamaican heritage is what I love. You know, I love being who I am and what I am. I love my mum, my dad from being Jamaican, and even now my mum's 92, and she's still got a strong patois. You know,
really? Oh, yes. Big up, mummy.
Yeah, even now some people can't even understand her what she's saying. You know? And that's family. You know. That's
family members, that's not even outsiders.
Eh?
That's family members that still can't understand mommy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because her past was so strong, you know. Wow. Past was so strong, but I understand it. But that's where I get it from. And I've watched my mum do lots of cooking all the time, you know, especially on a Saturday night, Saturday evening, and then Sunday morning, or Sunday afternoon, you know, because we used to go raving. We come back about 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning or 8 o'clock. Mum goes to church, yeah, we're still sleeping. So in the afternoon when mum comes back, you can smell her when she start warming up the rice and peas and the chicken that wakes you up. You know?
Yeah. Lucky, and then wake up to it. We would have to cook it.
But I was a baby, so you know.
Amazing. So that's what you basically said. You started from your journey from your youth, and you've always had a passion, you've always enjoyed cooking, etc. So with regards to, because obviously you've been in the business for 30 years now, and you've worked with some like real high-end restaurants, etc. So how was that for you, especially as a man of color? Did you find yourself having any challenges, or was it just, you know, it was all different cultures, everybody was just like learning from the same kind of hymn sheet, and then it was just all great?
It was challenging. I think at an early age, one of my goals was to work at Savoy Hotel. Yeah, because I was working with different people. The Savoy, Grosvenor House, the Hilton, the Marriott's, all around London. If you worked in any of these hotels and you worked there for like 18 months, you get a certificate at the end of the day. Yeah, at the end of the term, yeah. Once you got a certificate, that opens up the world to you.
Right.
It opens up the world to you. So that's the dream they sold to you. So when I left school, I went to Mount Royal Hotel, which is in the Marble Arch. It's a Thistletown Hotel now, a different name. And back then it was a YTS scheme. Yeah.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And on a YTS scheme, yeah, you'd work in every single department in the hotel. Yeah. Right. And one of the departments that was in the kitchen. So I was one of 12 from 2,000 applicants, yeah, to get that position, yeah, on the YTS scheme. So I was in the YTS scheme for a year. Then I chose to go into the kitchen. I worked in the kitchen for a couple of years, and then I moved on to Hamley's toy shop, yeah, in Regent Street, Hamley's toy shop. I was there for about 2 months because I applied for the Savoy traineeship before that. So while I was training at the Mount Royal Hotel, yeah, my application was going to the Savoy. Mm-hmm. So my second year of training, I started in the Savoy Hotel because I wanted that certificate. So when I got that position, they offered me the position. my only goal was to focus, for those 18 months and do what it takes to succeed there. Yeah. So within a very short period of time, I moved through the ranks of the stages, like from a trainee, commie, chef de partie, head chef, that kind of thing. So a chef de partie is a chef who runs a section, who runs a section. And I was a trainee running a section. And there were people there before me, who they put me above. And these guys couldn't comprehend with it. But I was so determined to learn everything. The first day I went into the Savoy kitchen, they were speaking only French.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, back then it was only French they spoke, And it was like, I didn't understand nothing. But after a period of time, you start to learn what they were saying, And it got to the stage where I was running sections, different sections they put me in, fish section, larder sections, hot sections, and I was still a trainee, I was still a trainee, so it's crazy. But it didn't bother me because my goal was to get a certificate.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I had challenges there, don't get me wrong, as a young guy, because people couldn't comprehend who I was or what I was. But the executive chef, Anton Edelman, at that time, he loved me. He's a German guy. He loved me. He liked my ambition and everything. So what happened from there? After when my 18 months came up, and I told him I want to leave, and I applied for another job. I applied for a job in a bank, and in the bank, I was working for like a director's table. Well, it was high end anyway. It was high end, but they don't know that. So working in the director's table, I was working for free from 7 o'clock in the morning to 3, Monday to Friday. I mean, compare that to working in Savoy, working morning, noon, and night, weekends, split shifts, everything like that. This is what I wanted after that time because it's tiring,
Yeah.
And the head chef said to me, Lyndon, you stupid boy. You stupid boy. He said, you should have come to me. I could have got your job anywhere, anywhere, But I have no regrets about that. I have no regrets about it.
Journey.
Yeah. So the only reason why I talk about that part of my life, because I think it put me mentally in place for when I became diabetic. Yeah. It makes you strong mentally, where sometimes you don't realize you're mentally strong until you get the challenges that come towards you. Yeah. So in October 2015, when I was diagnosed type 2 diabetes, I didn't even know what diabetes was. Let's think, I didn't know what diabetes was. Yeah. When I asked them, how did I become diabetic? They said, through your lifestyle, what you're putting in your mouth, what you're eating. And I thought to myself, okay, so when she said I'm diabetic, I thought to myself, gosh, what exactly does that mean? And then for some reason in my head, it came back to me when I got a friend whose mother wasn't very well. And when I went to visit her, she was sick. And she said to me, Lyndon, the sugar get me. Lyndon, the sugar get me. But when they say the sugar get me, the Jamaicans, that's like a death sentence. They don't say diabetes. They say the sugar get me. So a few months later, when I found out that she passed away, it was through diabetes. Yeah. And the second time I remember hearing about diabetes is when my cousin Ken was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Yeah. And when I met up with him, he was hospitalized and he told me how he became diabetic, type 1. And I told Ken, you need to write a book, share your story with somebody, how you became diabetic, because no one needs to hear that. One thing he said to me, Lyndon, if you ever become diabetic, don't take no medication. Yeah. So okay. So when my doctor told me I'm diabetic, the first thing that she went to do, she went like that. Her arm went like that. Straight for the medication.
Yeah.
Without asking me or telling me. And I thought to myself, I don't want to take medication. I said, is it okay if I don't take medication? And she said to me, well, I don't recommend it. Yeah. But come back in 3 weeks' time. Yeah. And we do another blood test with you. So 3 weeks' time, I thought to myself, okay. I became diabetic through my lifestyle. Yeah, okay. The pasta, rice, potatoes, the fizzy drinks, the biscuits, the ginger beer, the mango juice, and all those things.
Boy, that's everything that everybody eats, boy.
Exactly.
Right.
And more. I mean,
smoothie.
my normal breakfast was like three slices of hard bread. Yeah, with butter on it. Yeah, sorry.
You say 3 slices of other bread?
Yeah.
Was it other bread already sliced, or did you slice the other bread? So it was a chunk.
Like a bread.
It was a chunk.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you it was a slice.
There.
Yeah.
What did you eat that with?
I put butter on it, yeah, and then jam. Jam, yeah. And what I'll be doing, I'll have a coffee, a latte coffee, a sachet one. It's got sugar and it's got milk in it already. And on top of that, I put 3 to 4 teaspoons of Demerara sugar in it. Yeah, brown sugar. Because brown sugar is supposed to be a healthier option.
No, there's no healthier option.
Yeah.
It's a lie. Well, you know, innit? But
you know.
That what most days.
And on top of that, yeah, I'll put honey in it as well.
What?
Yeah, I'll be putting honey in it as well.
Nah.
Yeah, 100%. So because during that period of time, I was getting itchy nose, runny nose, itchy throat, and I couldn't understand why. And my friend said to me, Lyndon, you got hay fever. I said, what? He said, yeah, you got hay fever. So when I looked up the symptoms for hay fever, that's what I had. So if you take honey in the local area where you live, yeah, that will help you prevent you from getting hay fever. You know? So I started to buy honey in my local area, the small jars with a big price, and I was putting that in my tea and my coffee every morning.
Did it make any difference to your hay fever?
No.
I just wanted to ask you, how's your teeth?
Yeah.
Talking about all this sugar and everything, your teeth, them never decay.
Yeah, I got some teeth left. I got some teeth left. You know, so when I was diagnosed and I knew all this food I was eating, what happened is that the people around me, yeah, when you go to work, they're always offering you drinks, coffee, tea, biscuits, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
Kind of things. So I'm thinking to myself, I became diabetic through all these things that I'm eating. What I need to do today, yeah, is to stop eating those things or cut them down.
Yeah.
That's the only way. That's the only way to do it. Yeah. So what I decided to do was cut out all these carbohydrates, pasteurized potatoes, all these things, yeah. And when I realized, yeah, that my mother said to me, Lyndon, your belly I get big, you know, I was overweight as well. You know, I was getting big.
About your weight, yeah.
Yeah, because I was big, you know, I was big. And my mum told me so. My mum's she don't mince her words, you know. So that was it for that one. I also had pins and needles in my fingers and toes. Yeah. It's after 9 o'clock. I had genital itching as well. Yeah, okay. I was always thirsty. I was running to the toilet maybe 3-4 times an hour. Easy. Yeah. I was always feeling tired as well. Always feeling tired. And one of the stories I had to look back on back in the 90s, when I used to go to family's house, they always said to me, Lyndon, when you come round, don't sleep. Yeah, don't sleep. Because I go to people's house, I sit down and I was out. I just fell asleep.
Wow.
You know? So yeah, I look back on history. We had family down in Ramsgate. We drive down to Ramsgate. Back then, this near Margate, it used to take about an hour and a half because the roads wasn't that good. So I used to buy 2 packets of jelly babies. Yeah? 2 packets of jelly babies to eat on the way down there. Because the sugar level to keep you awake. Yeah?
Wow.
So these are just some of the things, some of the symptoms. Blurred vision as well is another one. Yeah? That's part of diabetes. And on top of that, I had pains in my stomach. Yeah, and I had blood in my stool as well.
Wow.
So I was a bit of a mess, mentally and physically at that time.
So
you know?
what do you attribute to those eating habits? Was it just your lifestyle in terms of work as well, or was it that's just what you ate basically? Because you know sometimes when you do a particular job, you eat late or you eat takeaway or you eat, you know.
All of that. I remember I used to go to work, yeah, work all day, and then on the way back at night time, about 10, 11 o'clock, I'll stop off somewhere and get something to eat. And I've just finished work where I'm working with food.
Yeah.
Yeah. So psychologically, your taste buds got a taste for something. You got an addiction to certain foods. Yeah. I won't tell you where I used to go, but it was a regular thing for me to do. You know, you finish work, you say, "Oh, I'm gonna get this on the way home."
Yeah.
So
Sorry?
when you what is it that you used to get? Could you please just tell us, please? Where would you go? Like KFC?
Kebab.
Would you go to McDonald's? Kebabs?
All of them. It's
All of
crazy.
them?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Isn't it?
But just think how the mind works. Yeah. You've been working with food all day, high quality food. You've eaten already. Yeah. You're not hungry, but on your way home, you need to have something.
Yeah.
Before you get home. Just think that. And that was a habit that I always had. Yeah. So
And then eat and then go to bed and stuff as well soon after.
exactly. And when you go eat late at night, your body's not burning it up anyway.
That's right.
Because I was never exercising either at that time. I wasn't exercising, you know.
But how are you able to exercise, especially being a chef? Because I've got a friend, and it's similar to yourself, but it was like he would crave certain food as well. Do you know what I mean? Want to eat like fast food, etc. But the long hours that you'd be doing on your feet, how do you get to exercise?
That is the exercise. Running
Just
around
on your foot and just doing these dishes and preparing.
Yeah, but don't forget, in a lot of the kitchens that you work, you're sweating a lot as well.
Right.
You know, you're sweating a lot, but it's not like exercise. You're just sweating because you're in front of the ovens, or you're serving. So you're moving to different places. So sometimes you're in one place. A lot of the times, if it's a big function, just cooking certain meats, cooking certain vegetables, repetitive. You know, and that's what you do. Sometimes you got a person doing one job for 8 hours, the same job. Yeah, same job. So they don't get anywhere. They don't do anything. So when my doctor gave me 3 weeks to come back and have a blood test, yeah, when I was diagnosed, my HbA1c, if you don't know what HbA1c is, when they do a blood test, yeah, that they look at the last 3 months of your blood sugar levels, yeah. Mine was 92 HbA1c, and it's
that high.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 42.
Wow.
Yeah, 42 and below, yeah. They do a pinprick on your finger as well, yeah, a blood glucose pinprick. Mine was 15.9, yeah, and it's supposed to be about 5. Yeah, so I was in the danger zone.
Very dangerously, or it was very wow.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, you didn't.
I had all the symptoms as well, but I didn't know what to relate them to. Why I got them. So I didn't know about diabetes. So what I decided to do straight away, I should take my daughter to school in the morning for 8:30, and then I go straight to the gym and start doing exercise. Yeah, I've been in the gym for about 3-4 hours and just drinking water. Yeah, and what I would do as well, when I come back to the car, I'll have a punnet of blueberries and a banana. Yeah, and then I'll go home and have some vegetables, fruits, or sometimes don't eat at all.
Wow, but that's not good either.
To be honest with you, it was good because I was intermittently fasting.
That's right, and intermittent fasting is good for you because then your body starts to eat off the fat and everything else.
Exactly.
But then the good thing is you're fueling it back up with the water, because how much is it? Is it like 95% of our body's made out of water or something like that? Yeah, so you're giving your body back the water intake that it needs anyway, because half the time we think we're hungry. It's not hungry. Water we need. We're thirsty. We want to drink water.
I think because we got this mindset, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you have to have.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
And this is why, you know. But sometimes if you have a big breakfast at 8-9 o'clock, you're gonna have your lunch at 12, 12:30, something like that. So you're not giving your body much time to rejuvenate.
Yeah,
you know.
You don't eat so much food as well to eat 3 meals. And second of all, I think that how you eat your food. Like if you have your heavier meal in the morning, it's better. But psychologically, we've always thought the heavier meal should be in the evening, your dinner. Yes. If you have it early, you can burn it off through the day. That's why I can understand why people in the Caribbean have such a heavy breakfast.
Yeah.
3
Makes
meals, have 3 meals a day. But yeah.
But also, some people's body, they burn food in different ways. Everybody's body's metabolism is different.
Yeah.
You know, it's always different. So that's one of the things I was doing. So intermittently fasting, yeah. Getting the mindset right, the diet, yeah. What am I going to start eating? What am I going to take out of my diet? What am I going to add to it? Yeah, and also the physical activity as well. Going to the gym or doing something physical to get the heart going and to lose that weight as well. So that's a 4 fundamental things that I'll put it down to. So within 25 days, yeah, my HbA1c went from 92 down to 77. Yeah. And in another 20,
so it's going down.
And in another 28 days, it went down from 77 down to 60.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went down yourself.
Yeah, and then when it went down to 60, that's when I started to write the book. Yeah.
Right.
And because that's the day when I met my cousin Ken, who I told he needs to write a book. So we went to an event to see how to put a book together. And at that event, something just clicked in me. So you know something, maybe there's a book in me. You know? So I spoke to my friend Darren, who invited me down to the meeting. I said, Darren, maybe there's a book in me to write about my journey for the last 2 months. And he said, Lyndon, write down everything that you've done. Yeah, come to me next week and let's go for it.
Yeah.
So I just wrote. I just wrote, and pages. And that's, to be honest, I didn't reread it. I just put it all together. And the following week I went down to him and I opened it up. And he said, okay, Lyndon, read what you tell me, show me. So I started to read it. And you know something? I just started to cry.
Yeah, I'm about to say, when you read that back, what did that do to you? That's amazing.
It just made me feel like, wow, is that what I was going through? Is that what I was doing? Because you don't comprehend with certain things until you write it down.
Yes.
Especially all the foods that I was eating as well, from morning, noon, and night, you know. And I looked up at Darren, and Darren looked at me, and Darren had a tear in his eye as well. And Darren goes, let's do it. You know, let's just write the book from there. And if Darren didn't say there wasn't a book in it, I would never have written the book. I would have just left his house and just gone back to normal life. You know, so I started to write the book from there. So that was after 2 months. So at 60, yeah, another month later, I went down to 41. My HbA1c went down to 41 from 60. Yeah. So in a total of 105 days, I'd reversed my type 2 diabetes without prescribed medication.
Right.
And that's the journey.
Okay. So that's
you know,
that's amazing.
But the thing about it, you say it's amazing. I did not realize what I had done.
And I think that's the beauty about when you're documenting what you're doing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because if you hadn't have done that, you wouldn't been able to reflect back to say, okay, this is what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now you're able to utilize that to help others now. Now you're of service.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, the reason why it's an honor and a privilege to be on your show, this is not something that I planned, you know, to be on radio. You know, I think my first radio show that I done was in my local town. I was giving that because I was doing flyers before the book was launched. So I done flyers. So I got the flyers. I was walking around the streets and I saw a studio on this door. So I thought, let me give them some flyers. So I rang the bell. A lady came downstairs and I gave her a flyer. She walked back up the stairs. She turned round and she walked back down and she goes, is this you? I said, yeah, it's me. She goes, I want to interview you. I said, what? I said, what? Yeah, I want to interview you on the radio. I said, this is a radio station. She goes, yeah, we do. We need to hear your story. And I was crapping myself.
You know that's not work, man.
Yeah, but I didn't realize. And the next interview that I had, which really changed things for me, there's a gentleman called Stevie B. Yeah, okay, good friend of mine. He's a DJ. We was at a friend's birthday party. And you know when you sit around the table, you talk about what you do, how you do, that kind of thing. I just said, oh, I reversed my type 2 diabetes, blah, blah, blah. And he looks at me and he says, I want to interview you. I said, really? Who are you? He says, I got a radio show. I want to interview you. So we booked a date and I swear, I had all these papers on the floor, yeah, so that I could look at to remind myself if anybody asked me any questions or Steve asked me, because I wasn't prepared mentally for it, you know. And it was a big thing for me. And so from there, I just got another interview. It just went crazy. I went on Channel 5 News a couple of times at the BBC. It's, you know, when you plan to do it, you expect it.
Yeah.
You know? But when you don't plan it and you don't expect it, it's kind of rewarding.
Yes.
It's a different kind of feeling. And when you meet people who said to you, "Wow, how did you do it?" and we're proud of you and stuff. So what do you mean? I said, "How long you been diabetic?" "I've been diabetic for 5 years, 6 years." I said, "How come?" I said, "How come? What have you been doing?"
So, just a quick question. So, do you think that if somebody's been diabetic like that person, individual, for 5 years, and they've been obviously taking medication, if they stopped taking the medication and tried to do what you do you think that would work? Or because they've been taking the medication now?
If they wanted to come off of medication, I'd advise them to work with their doctor, their physician, or their personal trainer, whoever they're working with. You know, I don't advise them to just come off medication. You can't just come off medication, because if you've been on it for such a long time, because it might have adverse effects on your body. So I got to put that disclaimer out there that I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm just like anybody else out there.
But you make Shemaine. But you,
because I'm thinking that, can people that's been on medication, even if they come off it gradually, can they, you know, if they try a different way, if they can turn things around?
Definitely. It's with type 2, it's a mindset if you want to do it, yeah, because it's what you put in your mouth. If you're on medication and you want to wean yourself off medication, there's certain things you need to do. Are you ready to do it, or what do you need to do?
Yeah,
that's
the thing.
That's the thing. But don't forget, some people think because they're taking something, if they stop it, it's going to add an adverse effect on their body. But you don't know until you do it.
Yeah.
You know, I can't explain anything because I was never on medication.
Yeah.
I've never taken any tablets or form like that in my life, apart from headache tablets. Because when you're working in the kitchen, you always get the headache.
Right.
Yeah. So I've never.
Is that because you're not hydrating enough, and you're not sitting down, or is it because you're just on your feet constantly?
It's just because you're on your feet constantly.
Right.
Chef, it's not easy. I used to have back pains, leg pains, everything. You know, and you don't know why. But when you take off and you have a holiday, a lot of that goes. You know, it goes because
it's in your body, isn't it?
Yeah. Just think how many people go to a hot country, you know, for a holiday. They're going to the sea, they're going to the spas and all that kind of thing. You feel rejuvenated.
Yeah.
You know, you feel good. But as soon as you come back into that same environment, your body goes back to that way of life.
Yeah.
You know? So it's being a chef. I love cooking. I love being a chef. You know, I always like cooking no matter what. I don't know. I just passionate about what I do. You know, and I enjoy my own food, which is good. You know? I'll tell you, because I've been to do some cooking with my mum. You know, my mum's 92. Yeah, do some cooking, and my mum's looking over my shoulder like, "Oh, what you do? You season that? You taste that?
Yeah.
You know, you do them thing there. You know, she's watching me, but now she's got used to my cooking. She goes, "Where is the food? Where's the food there?" You know.
But what I wanted to, because obviously, you know, you're talking about when you met with your cousin Ken.
Yeah.
Diabetes, and he said, "Whatever you do, don't take the medication," or anything of that nature. But would you say that if you hadn't had that advice, we wouldn't be really hearing this story from you today?
I can't really answer that question because I don't know. It's a hard one, you know, because you want the thing about it, this is where we have the mental health issue. Yeah, okay. The state of mind. I'm listening to a professional person, the doctor. Then I got my cousin in my head. So he says, "Don't take it." She's saying, "Take it." Who do you listen to? You want to listen to the professional, don't you? But I grew up with my cousin Ken from baby. you know?
Yeah.
And we've been close for all these years that we've been alive. So I thought to myself, I want to go with my cousin Ken and give it a try. You know, after 3 weeks, if I don't reverse it, give me the medication.
Mm.
Do you understand me?
Yeah, I hear you. But then there's some individuals, and it's most of us, because we have been programmed in a certain way. Like we would rather believe, like, say, they're medical professionals, because obviously they've been trained. Do you know what I mean, in terms of medicines, etc. Whereas when you look at things from the holistic perspective, that's nature. That's what the creator has created for us. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Whereas if you give somebody some medication and they're always giving them a medication until they find one that stabilizes them, etc., it's like you're putting so much pressure on the body to you eventually get there, and you may never eventually get there. And that's the reason why I believe that you're hearing sad case stories where you're getting, like, people that do have diabetes. I don't know which level it is, where you get your legs amputated and things like that because of and things like that. And you hear about those extreme stories, so it just makes me think to myself, but why is it that they wouldn't really go down the holistic route? Do you know what I mean? I know obviously it's all about this whole business with the medicine, etc. Yeah, but it's just evil. Sorry.
Yeah, really. I mean, you just said people losing every 22 seconds. Somebody loses a lower limb. Every 22 seconds. Yeah, every 6 seconds somebody dies from diabetes. Yes, in the UK, every 3 minutes is a new diabetic patient. Yeah, in the UK, there's probably about 4.78 million people with diabetes. Worldwide, it's probably about 500 million now.
But it's our diet, though. It's the food that we're eating. It's the sugar. It's all the caffeine. It's all of those things that you've mentioned. Because now that you stop doing it,
I think it's about educating yourself as well on what are the consequences, of being diabetic. For example, I'm self-employed. Yeah, I'm self-employed. So as a chef, I got bills, I got responsibilities. So if I stay diabetic, and I lose a limb, that affects me, my family, my life. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you're a person out there, if your back is against the wall, you have no choice. You would do what it takes.
It's true.
What some people trust is the doctors more than they will trust, like, their family member, like you did.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Because some people, like, if I was to approach, a family member and say to them, oh, they got diagnosed being diabetic, oh, I know somebody that can revert that, and they will give you a plan, etc. They won't do it. They would rather go down the doctor's route.
Because it goes down to people's mindset, doesn't it? And the psychological they've learned all their lives, and they just believe that doctors know what they're doing, and the government,
to be honest with you, my book was launched in January 2017. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's 5 years ago. Yeah. Okay. Well, coming up 4.5 years. And that I don't have to do this interviews and all that. I really don't. But you know the thing about it? People keep on asking me, so I can't say no.
So many people by it. So many people.
And when you meet people on your journey that feel inspired by what I've done, and it makes them feel better. And when you see some people, they call me or they send me a message, Lyndon, I read your book. I said, really? You didn't buy it from me? Yeah, we got the book, and we're following the steps and we're enjoying it, and it's working for me. But when you hear things like that, it just keeps you going.
Yeah.
So people see me at events sometimes, and they say, why are you here? Did you help anyone? Did you sell anything today? I said, something? If I get one person that comes up to me today and they want to talk to me and they feel good about it, and they go away and they feel like they've want to try something, I'm happy with that. Sometimes it's not all about selling books.
No.
For me, it's a bit beyond that now. I done an event today in front of maybe 50 people. I didn't take no money for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I took money out of my own pocket to go there and do everything. I sold a couple of books and drinks and whatever. But at the end of the day, it's nice to talk to people. When it's like when you're doing a job, I've been a chef for 30 odd years. Yeah, so you're doing the same thing day in, day out. Really, it's a routine. But once the book came along, it broke my routine.
Yeah.
It was like a new beginning. It's like, wow.
Yeah. It must be so
Wow.
for yourself.
So
Yeah.
what can people expect in your book? I mean, do you have any like food plans, etc.?
No, this is the funny thing, yeah. I wrote a book about my journey.
Yeah.
So I got foods in there, foods and ingredients that will help you. I haven't got specific recipes in there because I wasn't writing a recipe book.
Yeah. So is that coming next?
Yes,
And more.
Yeah.
We're planning. I'm planning with one of my friends, Mags. Next year, we're planning to do a sit-down meal.
Yeah, I was thinking that, like a little series. You can even do that live now. You know that, right?
No, I was doing this in lockdown.
Oh, so you was doing it in lockdown?
I was doing videos in lockdown. Yeah, with a lady called Michelle.
Why you never send me them 2 videos so we can show it to the viewers right now?
Yeah, you go to my YouTube channel or my website.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you should have sent me a video so we can share it on the show right now. So people
I see what you're saying.
what to work with.
All right. Okay.
Well,
this could be the first of many, Kaz. You know, we got so much time.
What's your YouTube channel? What's your YouTube channel so that we can let people know?
InspiredDiabetic.com.
So it is the Inspired Diabetic.
Yeah, Inspired Diabetic. Yeah. Inspired Diabetic. Yeah.
So that's your YouTube channel and your website.
Yeah, my website is inspireddiabetic.com.
Yeah.
There's my Instagram page as well.
Yeah.
My Facebook page as well.
So
but sometimes they come under Lyndon Wissart as well. They do. Because I have to change things to amalgamate it all together.
Okay. So what was the journey like to do a book? Like, tell us a bit about that. Like, how do you write a book? What's the process?
You know something? It was exciting for me. Yeah. You know, because I started off with Darren, my friend. But he said, Darren said to me, Linda, this is too much work for me. So I had to get a book coach. Yeah. So I had a book coach, and my book coach was so good. She kept me on task every week. You know, she's on my case. Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done that? And because I knew about me, I would just write everything down what I needed to give to her. So it was exciting, to be honest with you. You know, I don't know, because it was exciting to go to London, meet in a hotel or reception area, sit down with someone, discuss your book, you know, and talk about what you've done. You've shown what you've done. What's the next move? What's our next plan? Send it to the publishing company, get a feedback. You know, what photos do you want in it? I got my mum in the book. I got my cousin in the book. You know, all these little things. It's like a baby. To you. You know, it's like a baby. So the journey writing the book, you know, I'm so excited. And I got some of my good friends in there as well. Do you know what I'm saying? You know? And on page 70, I'll give you one example. Page 70, yeah, I got 3 lemon tarts in there.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is my good friend Prosper, who told me about the lemon water for my fatty liver. Yeah.
Oh.
So the four lemon tarts in there. Which one would you guys pick?
Out of the 4?
Yeah.
Shemaine, you go first.
Yeah. I've got my glasses on, but I can't. All I can see, I'll just say the biggest one.
The big one, exactly.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I'm waiting for you to say.
Yeah, exactly. I was going for the big one as well. But you know the thing about it, in moderation, we've got to do things now, yeah? So the big one tastes exactly the same as a small one.
Right.
It tastes exactly the same ingredients. But the only difference is the big one is big, and we need to start eating smaller portions. Yeah.
It's all a mindset. Because I remember when my gran had her stroke, and they were saying it's because of like sugars and salts and her cholesterol and stuff, whatever. From the next day, I stopped putting sugar in my tea, and I used to just put sugar in until it taste how I wanted it to taste. I didn't have a number. So mindset. It's about your mindset.
It's the mindset.
And I
definitely is. Because I remember when I was a kid, my dad used to put, I don't know, was it 6?
Probably. I've heard people that put 10
sugar or something like that. And I just wasn't in it. I didn't understand why he was taking so much teaspoons of sugar. I didn't get it. But I was always very much about, no, I'm not having that amount of sugar. I don't drink sugar. I haven't drank sugar in my tea for over 25 years or so.
Oh wow! But there's another sweetener called erythritol. Yeah, erythritol is from dehydrated fruit, so it's fructose,
right?
And it doesn't spike your sugar level.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't spike your sugar level. So there's a drink that we do called Vibes. Yeah, the Vibes drink. Yeah, okay. It's got erythritol in it, which is a sweetener. The hibiscus, ginger, and lime, and we got peach one as well. We have. You know? It's very, very nice, and people love it. You know.
So you make those as well?
No, there's a company that approached me to do it. They're based in Birmingham. A father and son. You know, guys, beautiful, beautiful family. You know, and they approached me. There's so much story. They said the drink's diabetic friendly. So I thought to myself, yeah, I'll promote it with them. So that's what I do. With
yeah.
You know? So yeah.
So we've got to collaborate. You know, you've got to collaborate with people.
You have to. Yeah.
It's healthy, and you can stand behind it. You know, why promote other businesses as well?
Yeah, we support good products. You know, good services and good platforms like yours. You know. 100%.
So what advice would you give to anybody that may have just been recently diagnosed with diabetes type 2? Would you advise them to try the holistic approach first? Or would you say
definitely, because you got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
You know, because you're sick already. Okay, let me see. In my book there's a thing we do, okra water, yeah? Okra water, yeah? Okra, cinnamon, fenugreek, apple cider vinegar, moringa, bitter gourd, or they call it Karela or bitter melon. Yeah, these all help reduce the blood sugars naturally. Yeah, these are all. I think on my media page there's a video of me doing the okra water. Yeah, doing the okra water, and the okra water reduces your blood sugars naturally. All you're gonna do, you're gonna get a bottle, say like this, a bottle. And you just put okra inside of it.
Right. Yeah? So like as if you would slice up lemon, you put it inside, you just use okra.
I've got some in my bag here, but I can show you if you need to, yeah?
The whole okra in it?
Yeah, just cut back 3 or 4 of them. This is a 250 ml, a bottle, a glass bottle, yeah? And just leave it in there for about 24, 48 hours until it starts to break down, yeah? And when it starts to break down, then you just drink it.
So does it get slimy?
Yes.
That's where you got to leave it.
That's the best part.
Yeah. Can you imagine drinking that?
I don't know, because I just had just now.
I am so used to it now.
But you know something? But these food is really good, you know, because yesterday, I'm not even gonna lie, yesterday evening, I was feeling kind of sick. It just came on from nowhere. Sneezing, sweating, everything. And then my neighbor said to me, eat a garlic. And I was like, eat a garlic. Like, bruv, I ain't eating no garlic. He's like, no, just eat the garlic. Bro. And she was well the next day. I was like, I'm not eating the garlic. I said, sure. Let me just peel off one of the cloves and yam the garlic.
Yeah.
And he said, just eat it. And so I ate it, and I was like, oh my God, this is awful. It's horrible. I kid you not. Today, have I sneezed?
No.
Listen, that's my go-to. Garlic, ginger. That's my go-to. Anytime I feel like anything, I just start boiling or start chopping, eating.
I'm on CMOS now. I'm on CMOS, spirulina. You know, chia seeds. Yeah.
Get my CMOS and spirulina.
I need to get CMOS actually. Yeah, it is good. So that's what I'm drinking. I'm not drinking anything like anything. Just lemon, ginger, and garlic.
Yeah, that's what I drink all the time, and I just had some coconut water as well.
I got coconut water from my mum yesterday. The proper coconut, you know, the green one when you chop it up, the coconut jelly.
Yeah.
There's a shop, Carib Imports on Turnpike Lane.
Oh, okay.
North London, right?
This is in near Hornsey, Turnpike Lane, South London. It's North London.
North London, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's not. It's near the train station. It is.
Right. Yeah.
It's where the traffic lights are, going towards Muswell Hill.
Right.
Yeah. That long road there going towards Muswell. It's on the right. Carib imports. I got it there yesterday. I got it from my mum. The guy chop it up for me. All you got to do now is just cut into it to bring it in. You should have seen my mum's face, you know, when I bought her. And I bought her a sour sap as well, you know.
Oh, mate.
Oh, mum, boy. Mum was,
Are you like the favourite? You're the favourite child, isn't it?
I don't know.
You're the favourite child, aren't you?
I'm not biased. I'm not biased.
I really
That's the way he's talking,
Yeah.
yeah. Brought this, I brought that, and a smile on her face. He's a favourite child. He's that child.
Yeah, you have to look after them because you know something? They said once a man, twice a child. Yeah. Okay. And you just think, you got to put yourself in a position. What did your mother do for you when you were younger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? Because you see, I got grandchildren and that's what my daughter's doing with them. And just think, if you put back yourself, you was one of those children one day, once upon a time. Yeah. So my mom's in a position now where she needs help and support. You know? And when they want something, yeah, you give it to them, they feel better about it. I go to my mom, my mom said, Lyndon, you know, I feel for something, you know. me feel for something different and special. Because we stopped giving her hard bread and bun. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But she said, me feel like some bun, you know. It's a hard bread. So I got there one night about 9 o'clock, yeah. And she said, me feel like this thing. So I went down to Tottenham Town Bakery, West Green Road.
Yeah.
At night time, you know, because they're open too late. I went and bought a bun and I bought hard bread for her. You know what I'm saying?
That's wrong, though. Your mom shouldn't be eating that.
Yeah, she doesn't eat it every day or every week, yeah. And my mum gets okra water with sea moss in. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I give my mum okra water with sea moss.
Balance at the thing.
Yeah, and she got sarsaparilla. I give her vitamin C. I give her moringa. Yeah, she has a stericity. Yeah, you're mad.
Hey, he's the favourite. Yeah, it's coming.
Definitely the favourite. You know that, isn't it? Lyndon do this for me, you know. Yeah. And it comes when you come to that water. You want to see my son. Listen.
And, you know the burrito bananas. You know the tiny bananas.
The green bananas.
No, the tiny ones. This one burrito.
The small ones. Yeah.
So I bought a bunch of them for her as well in the same shop.
Oh, you know what? Them bananas are bad, you know, because they energize you. The small ones.
I know.
Teeth, though, man. But I understand why. Yeah.
I am the baby.
Isn't it? But yeah. But me not say he's the favorite child. But you know what? Just remember Joseph and their brothers, isn't it? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what encouraging word would you give to anybody that may have, you know, already gone down the medication route? They listen to your story, they're really inspired, etc. Okay.
Flavonoid foods.
Hold on, let me just put you on a solo screen so we can see it properly.
Okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, flavonoid foods. Yeah.
Okay, so that is basically the foods you eat with your diet.
Yeah. These foods are good for the pancreas. It heals and nourishes the pancreas. Yeah. You can find these on my website as well. You can.
And those fruits you can obviously make smoothies with, put a bit of coconut water or normal water in your juices. Yeah. You
see the sweet potato? Yeah, okay. Yeah. I used to work for a rugby team, and the sweet potato, all we used to do with sweet potato is just wash it, then we boil it or steam it, and we just add a bit of salt, pepper to it, and rosemary or some fresh herbs, and they eat it just like that with the skin on everything.
Oh, with the skin on it as well.
Yeah, because don't forget, underneath the skin is where most of the nutrition is.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, most of the nutrition. So sometimes when you're peeling off certain fruits and vegetables, you're peeling off the nutrition.
Yeah, that's what they say. Yeah, especially like on the bananas, they say. Nicole, my cousin, told me when she went to Ghana and she was eating a banana and she was, you know the stringy bit. She was.
Yes.
And they said, "What are you doing?" And they said, "Just take it." And they said, "No, that's the best, most important parts of the banana. You can't take that off."
Yeah.
So we
like dark chocolate as well. About 70-80% dark chocolate is good as well. It's nice. Yeah, it's good for the pancreas.
Because it's the cocoa.
Yeah, because of cocoa. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you see the thing about with flavonoid foods, the reason why I talk about this is from my cousin Ken. Yeah, if there's something wrong with your body, yeah, you can find certain foods that will heal and nourish that part.
Yeah.
And that's what flour bread foods does. Heals and nourishes the pancreas. So why not focus on those foods to help your body? You know? If your pancreas is not functioning properly to produce insulin, yeah, to give your body the energy, find the foods that's going to do that instead.
Right.
You know?
Because even when you see the fruits and like when you cut them and stuff, they definitely do look that like the body part that it helps.
Yes.
Yeah, so that the carrot,
like the walnuts looks like the brain, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I've got
also these monkey nuts, yeah, okay.
Oh, I love monkey nuts.
Monkey nuts in the shell, yeah. But the most nutritious part of that monkey nuts, one of the best parts, is the skin.
Yeah, it's the skin.
Before I knew that, I used to just take the skin off and throw it down. My car was a mess.
The skin. I always ate the skin. I don't know why.
I didn't like the texture in my mouth, that thin piece of. I didn't like that feeling, you know. But but when I knew it was good for me, I started to eat it.
So what's your thoughts about, you know, like buying fruits when it doesn't have any seed in it? Like, say for example, like grapes, you know, it's so in abundance of seedless grapes, and I'm just like saying to people, do not buy me grapes unless it's got seed in it, which is very rare to find nowadays.
Yeah.
But it's like people's like, oh, how can you eat grapes with seeds? And I'm just like, but that's not a grape. You can't grow a fruit with no seed. It don't make no sense. Do you know what I mean? But people, we have been so conditioned and programmed.
Yeah.
Because it's this convenience way of eating, but it's not.
No, it's the same thing with watermelons, you know. You buy watermelon, but you don't know what's inside of it, you know. So because we started to eat a lot of watermelon because the combination of watermelon, pumpkin seeds, and papaya, with the seeds, they were good for taking parasites out of the body. It takes parasites out of the body. If you're a high fish eater or a meat eater, you're gonna have parasites in your system. You need to get rid of the parasites. And this combination of the watermelon, pumpkin seeds, and the papaya, you could juice them all together. You could blend it all together.
So what? Just everything with the seed?
Yeah. Just eat it, juice it, whatever. You know.
And would you say pumpkin seed and pumpkin as well?
Pumpkin seed,
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
But some shop they sell pumpkin seed because I eat pumpkin seeds.
Yeah.
Sunflower seeds and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I must admit, yesterday I wasn't feeling too good, but you know what I did? I went for the honey roasted cashew nuts with all that sugar and all that stuff, and I just felt like, what are you doing?
So my mum told me cashew nuts are bad for you just the other day, and I was like, what? I love cashew nuts. Have you heard that before?
Yeah. But don't forget, certain foods are bad for people, so some good for people. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody's body's different.
Oh, okay.
You know, somebody might eat something and it affects them, and it does, and it's detrimental to their body. But somebody else might eat it and it's healing them. You know, so it's a 50. I love my nuts. You know, I love my nuts. I used to love the nuts with the raisins. They're on the packet. The raisins.
The sultana nut.
The sultana,
love it.
Currants grow in the bag. Oh gosh, I haven't had it for years. Oh no, I had it in the bun. That's right. On recently in the bun with my mum.
Christmas time as well. So a lot of fruit cake, got the bacon. And fruits is going to be used. And stuff.
Okay, you're talking about Christmas coming up, yeah? My first, was it December 2016? My family normally comes. My kids come to my house, you know, everything on the 24th, yeah? And I do most of the cooking. We have all the cakes and everything like that. And because I was going through my journey, my mind wasn't really with the family. Yeah? We had all this food on the table. I'm looking at the table. Gosh, you know, that cake, the banana cake, the Christmas cake, the custard, the ice cream, everything like that. And you know what I done? I went like that. I took a selfie, of the food. I looked at it. I just took a selfie of the picture. And I thought to myself, have a mince pie, Lynn. Have a mince pie. So I took a mince pie. Jeez. Then I took a banana cake. Jeez. And then I got some custard. You know,
you went in.
I relapsed, man. I just went, I just went for it. I thought, I don't care. I'm going to enjoy myself with my family. As soon as I done that, I was with the family. Lyndon was with them mentally. Yeah, okay. But the thing about it, yeah, after eating all that food over Christmas, yeah, because I just forget it. I had a blood test in January. Yeah, okay. End of January, I had a blood test. Yeah. When I had my blood test, my HbA1c blood test, my sugars were low.
Wow.
My sugars were low. But you know why my sugars were low? The work that I was doing before December.
Yeah, so balance it out.
Yeah, from October, November, yeah, I wasn't eating much. My everything was down. My sugar level was down. So when I ate all that stuff, it didn't spike it at all.
Yeah.
It didn't spike it at all. And I was nervous when I was going for that. I done a 24-hour fast for that.
Wow, you're so committed.
And
I was doing a 24-hour fast each month. Yeah, because before I was going for a blood test. So every month I was going for a blood test. I'll make sure I do 24-hour just water. And one day I went up to 27 hours without eating.
I would like to do it for like at least 3 days, like 72 hours, just drinking water.
You can.
Yeah.
I really feel like I need to detox. When I say detox, but not only just because I was listening to, I don't know if you've heard of 19 Keys.
Yeah, I saw him recently in the web.
He was meant to go as well. Yeah,
he was meant to go.
It was mad. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Because Iola, she went as well.
It's a feeling. It's a feeling you can't explain.
Wow.
And the people that was there.
Yeah, but I mean, I was listening to him yesterday because he was speaking to this couple, and they're talking about detoxing and everything else, and she was explaining because she done it. I think it's the recent one that he's got uploaded now, and obviously she was talking about herself dealing with depression, suicidal thoughts, being suicidal, going to psychiatric ward, and obviously being sectioned and everything else, and she changed everything because of the food, the diet. It was all to do with her food. As obviously she had trauma that we're still dealing with, but what they were basically saying is it's not a case of trying to get rid of the trauma, it's working with the trauma. But when you're working with the trauma, it's with the food, it's your environment, it's what you're listening to, etc. So all of those things do play a major part in your health. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not just your diet, it's your environment, it's the things that you're listening to, it's the people you have around you as well. Because some people, you just can't have them around you, because they are also bringing a certain kind of frequency.
Yes.
That's going to make you feel a certain way. And then what happens is you start indulging in certain kind of food, etc., which is not obviously helping you and helping your health and not helping your mind. So, go you was going to say something.
The 19 Keys interview for the when the Invest Fest, when they came to you to Royal Albert Hall, they released the interview with 19 Keys just yesterday. So you can watch his interview with Chad and Troy.
Yeah,
they just check it out today, so at least we can watch that part of the show.
But there's another good interview on there with Anton Bello, and another young lady. She was a investor as well, a property investor. But they have two different perspectives of their kind of investments. You know what I'm saying? And to hear them two speak, brilliant.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
The next one's not passing us. The next one's not passing us. We definitely will be there. If it's in America, wherever it is, we are going to be there.
Yeah, it's very interesting. When we went, I just couldn't believe how packed that place was.
It wouldn't surprise me, to be quite honest, because they've taken in terms of like educating us about like financing and also to have a better healthier mindset, etc., to a next level. There isn't really anybody out there that is doing that, to be quite honest. And especially that they're quite young as well. They're very young. you know. So even just listening to them, I'm just like in all like, raw, they just know so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So much. But
So
it's so I love the conversation because it does make you start to think differently about your own self and your own, you know, what you're doing as an individual.
Yeah, so as an individual, we got to listen to these things and implement it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Implement it. It's not just about going out having a good time listening to it, you know, because we're doing things, we're thinking about things, you know, and it's about implementing some of the stuff they're talking about. Don't forget, in America, they have different ways of doing things. Yeah, different financial programs. They got LLCs and stuff like that. Where we don't have it over here in a different way. You know, sometimes we can listen to it, but we've got to find out how we're going to do it over here. So Anton Bello, okay, he's going to be doing a mentorship in the UK, yeah, for this kind of thing. There are people out there doing this already.
But just connecting with those people who's doing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out there doing it already. There's lots of organizations doing it already, you know. But the thing about it, we have to get these organizations to get these people and work with them and let them implement it, show individuals like ourselves and teenagers how we can
do it.
Do it.
Yeah. Because our structure in the United Kingdom is so different from the US, and this is something that we've spoken about as well, haven't we, Tremaine? Because I've spoken about it, not even just the United States of America, but just even when you look at the Caribbean. You look at, say, like Jamaica, for instance. As much as people will look at Jamaica and think, no, sir, Jamaica brought down, Jamaica this, that, and the other. But if you don't have a hustle, you don't eat.
Exactly.
Whereas over there, you don't even have to have a hustle and you're still eating.
And eating, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You can just come from another country, come here and eat.
And eat. And live good. And, exactly. And live good, and you're living good. So what I'm saying is, with what I find in the United Kingdom, this is just for me, this is my experience. So I'm not saying this is for everybody else. I find it's kind of like, it's making me dependent on the state, dependent on the structure. It's dependent of saying, you know, if you apply for that job, that's the job you can only do, and that's all you're worth. If that makes sense. Whereas when you look at other places, they're like, no, sir, me worth more than that. There's a level of boldness.
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a level of boldness. There's a level of this entrepreneurial mindset. Like, yo, you know, they will hustle different things to do the things that they need to do. We are just too relaxed. We would just sit down there and watch EastEnders and we're good. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what I do. But it's just a very... the conditioning of the way of being in the United Kingdom, it's just it just don't make it, man.
Yeah. I hear you.
Yeah, you have to be strong-minded and put yourself out there and, you know, get that information. But I think it's good that now, just like me and Kaz, we're learning about all of these people and opportunities. And even though it might have stemmed from us watching Earn Your Leisure or 19 Keys or David McCullough, but then it's made us now think, okay, what do we have in England? And then them coming here is also introduce us to English people that are doing things.
Yeah.
So it's really good. We're in a time now of where information is, you know, is money, is key, is power. You know? So and the more we share that information and collaborate together, we will be, especially as a people, you know, because we're realizing that we've got to do this together, you know. We've got to
and the good thing about it as well, there's a lot of cultural and community events that's going on, that's sharing knowledge about what we're doing now, healthier eating as well, you know. And the healthier eating that we're doing, people don't even know about it because they're so used to having what they see on the shop shelves, you know. You go to a cultural event, they're showing you different things, you know, like proper cane, you know, proper coconuts and stuff like that, and giving you fresh juices, you know, that's stuff we're doing now, you know, the greens that we're eating now, you know, the moringa, you know, that we're having now, you know, and don't forget, like moringa, we have it in the powder form, the seed form, we have it in the oil form, the tea form, you know what I'm saying? It's not just like moringa in one form and they give it to you. This is what they do.
Yeah.
Different formats. you know.
Just finding that format that works for you as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to wrap up now. So we just want to say, Lyndon, thank you so much. This has been an awesome conversation. I really, really feel so inspired by you. I didn't know what to expect, but I knew it was going to be good. Because from when I saw in your bio 105 days and you that reverse your diabetes, I was just like, I need to find out more about this man. You know, it just, yeah, it's just, so guys, if you're listening, you catch the replay, do make sure you do go and check him out. The website information will be in the caption, and I've also shared it onto the conversation itself. So do go over to his website, and by all means do check out his YouTube channel, because he did say he has got some cooking techniques of different dishes that he's also done on there as well. So do by all means check it out, and also send us a picture if you can. Just send us a private direct message of that meal that you've actually made, so we can also display it on the show also.
Yeah, definitely. I will do that. I will do that.
Yeah, for sure. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do make sure you do so today. It's not going to cost you a thing. And make sure you do share it with all of your people then, because we have amazing guests that comes onto the show. As you've just listened to this awesome man, so you know the kind of levels of conversations that we do have on our show. Next week, it is all about well-being. We are going to be talking about prostate cancer. We do have a gentleman called Albert Samuel, who will be sharing his story alongside our holistic doctors, Dr. Amsu and Mr. Breaks from the United States of America. They will be on next week, because you do know that they do join us once a month. So next week we are going to be dealing with prostate cancer. And if you are suffering with that, or you know anybody, this is the time. This is the platform. We want to help our brothers out there. Don't leave it too late. Do join us, and also come ready with your questions and things like that. It's going to be a very interactive conversation, so we do need you to come on to the show and get involved. It's going to be a 2-hour show. We know we normally start from 9 o'clock, but we're going to start from 8 o'clock, I believe it is. Is that 8 o'clock? Yeah, 8 o'clock I think we're going to be starting from, so that we can wrap up in good timing. So please do share. We will be sharing that information by tomorrow. And that's it. Have you got anything else to say, T?
No, just a great show, very inspiring. It's very so good to hear of what you've done for yourself and what you've done for so many, and what you'll continue to do, Lyndon, for so many people. And I definitely will be passing on the information that I've heard today. And I think there'll be more interviews lined up for you, because I can think of a few people that definitely would love to hear your story and share it wherever they are. So yeah, so lovely, well done, and great work.
I'm just seeing in the chat. Just want to say hello to Rosalind McMillan, who's tuned in. Good to see you, Rosalind. Thanks for tuning in. She's a wonderful lady. Wonderful lady.
Big up yourself, Rosalind. Thank you for tuning in, Rosalind. And make sure you have subscribed to the channel. Please do not be shy. And also, guys, if you can, I always ask this. If you can just leave a little comment after the show. Once it's uploaded, just say, you know, great show, whatever it is. You don't even have to say great show, whatever you feel to say. Just please just leave a comment and let us know how you found this evening's show, because it does help us. And also let us know as well, what type of conversations would you like to see on the Now Chat show? And remember, we are a platform to inspire. So as long as it's inspirational, we will obviously endeavor to do so. But if it's not, well, then we would just blank that comment. But until next time, thank you guys for joining us this evening. And thank you. And Lyndon, all the best with you. And thank you once again for coming on the Now Chat Show platform. It was an absolute pleasure. And your story was so inspirational for us. So until next time, everybody, peace out.
Bye.
Bye.